Hey guys, welcome back to another day of FetchQuest. We have a wonderful adventure planned for this evening that's definitely not going to end in any tears, heartbreak, or misery. Alakai, would you like to catch us up from last week?
That'd be lovely. So the party, low on morale, decided that the best thing to do would be to find some place in order to rest, recover. Joven, knowing two places in town, decided to take them to the better one, the Broken Buckler. Guiding them there, they managed to find the relatively low in customers inn slash bar and ordered some drinks, started to unwind when a very familiar face popped up. The Goliath, who they had met long ago from Vintera, showed up, started asking questions in a very veiled manner, and around this time, the party realized that Jethora was not with them. After scouring the city for a bit, they found potential evidence that she had been kidnapped and taken to the China Tea Set, a front bar that served as a hotspot for a lot of unsavory activity, such as human trafficking and drug peddling. Returning back to the Broken Buckler, which served as more of a espionage center of the town, we began to formulate a plan of action to infiltrate the China Tea Set, find Jethra, get her out, possibly free some others, slip out, all while under the guise of a potential drug deal with Zon and Kara disguised as Minotaur. There was also another bit of drama having us finally getting some rest of Joven having some rather terrifying dreams similar to whatever it is that has begun to befall Damokos. And we return with a potentially ruined bag of holding due to some experiments Zon wanted to conduct with the dagger in trying to hold it on his person.
As some would say, sweet dreams for a sweet boy. All right, so you guys are currently standing in the Broken Buckler, and there is the heavy, you assume mahogany, since that's the same as the bar, block above the bar, blocking it off from the rest of the inn. Almost said bar for a third time. And yeah, you guys stand in the middle of this empty room. Piano Man is no longer there. Pretty quiet and empty with just you guys.
Okay, before I forget, I don't know who the hell would say that. That has never been a phrase. And then I'm gonna pull out the bag of holding. I'm just gonna pull out a small piece of devil's blood. Just make sure that I can.
So you reach into the bag of holding, and your fingers slip through the slit end on the other side.
Well,
It seems that this bag of holding needs to be repaired before it becomes functional again.
too bad with no mending.
It's fine. I know where a lot of it is. And someone who has a lot of it.
You think we need some on hand?
Don't exactly go to sell something without bringing the thing with you or a sample or pictures, I think. That's kind of rude.
Well, does anyone know how to fix a bag of holding then?
I mean, I don't got anything on me at the moment. I could find some like twine and like a needle.
I doubt that will work.
Do you think there might be some in that Shuckster's shop?
Possibly, but he also sent us to go find some for him, so if he had any, he most likely would have hidden it somewhere and forgotten about it.
He seemed not quite right in the head. He might have had some and lost it.
True.
But regardless, I get the impression that we might need to move with a bit of swiftness.
That was also my understanding. Do you know of anyone who has any magical shops within town that we could quickly go to and see if they would fix this?
Let me think on that.
Roll a history check for me. Since magic isn't really your forte, much more of a logger.
Yep.
There's not really in the high town, like upper city, there is magic shops galore, but down here you're not really going to find any. All right. 1 second, guys.
I mean,
someone's messing around with the someone's messing around with the what's it called? To screen function.
Yeah, no, it's that prank's not going to work. Not tonight.
All right.
I know that in Hightown they have those who could probably repair it. Not so much here in Lowtown, at least not that I know of.
Let's quickly make haste to the High Town and find a magical shop who may be willing to repair this, and then we'll quickly run back.
How long would it take for us to get to Hightown?
So it wouldn't take you long to get to the gateway to Hightown. It'd take about 20-minute walk, but it's also exceedingly difficult to get into Hightown. You only got into Hightown once, and that's because you were delivering a wood shipment to one of the nobles who lived in Hightown.
Yeah, I remember. Hightown's not exactly a place you just kind of stroll into. It's very much...
You know not who you are speaking with.
Honestly, I really don't.
Well...
Though I will say that, like, I've only ever been allowed in once, and that was because someone had wood they wanted delivered.
Well, whether it's a matter of class or privilege, we have that in droves here.
Probably shouldn't be a minotaur if we're going.
Well, you don't need to be a minotaur now. You can be a minotaur before we go in, as long as you're doing it under the guise beforehand.
I also want to point out that just because we get into Hightown, they might still take a long while to repair this stuff.
I'm aware, which is why I would like to go there quickly, find out if it's going to be a long shot, and if it's not, then hooray for us. If it is, then we'll just...
Well,
there's other things that we can do.
Well, if you think you can get us in there, I'll show you the way.
I don't think I know. And I'm going to let him lead me to Hightown, because I know I can get in.
And lead you. All right, so everyone's headed to Hightown?
Yes.
All right. So
I put the hand away first.
the hand goes right into your backpack,
Cool.
where you can hear the nails scratching on the leather.
It's fine. He's fine.
So Yovan leads you guys about a 20-minute walk up to the gate to Hightown. It's a very large, ornate iron gate that has what look like iron ingots sticking out of it at random intervals. There is 2 guards standing in front of these gates. Both are heavily armored and seem better trained than any of the town guard you've seen so far.
I'm just going to approach and act like I belong, trying to walk in.
Hold it.
Oh, yes, I am from out of town. I guess I will need to explain my presence. I'm going to pull off my glove on my actual hand with my armpit. Show my signet ring. I'm from out of town, but I am of privilege, and I wish to peruse the higher class shops here.
The 2 guards share a look back at you. Yeah, what family you from?
I am Zon Mazvarek, first of his name of the Mazvarek fortune. I will also reach into my actual bag and pull out my scroll of pedigree. That I definitely always remember to have. But I definitely put it in my item list, so it's there.
So the guard kind of leans his pike up against his shoulder, unravels your scroll of pedigree. Oh, you're from Moroth.
Correct.
You are aware of what country you're in, yes?
I am aware. However, I have gold all the same and lots of it, and your city would be very, I would assume, happy to take it.
One second. So they kind of step a little bit closer to the gate to talk to each other. All right. Fine. You may enter, but you must leave your weapons with us.
It's fine with me. Pull my greatsword off my back and leave it with him.
He hands you back your scroll of pedigree. And the other one slams his pike against the ground twice, and one door slowly starts to creak open. Just enough space for you to walk through.
I'm going to turn back around. I'll be only a few moments. Maybe an hour. I'm going to walk in because I assume they mean only me.
Cool. You walk in and the gate shuts with a big boom. So we'll get to you in a second, Zon. Everyone else is staring at these guards. What are you guys doing?
That went smoother than I thought it would.
Somehow that was very uncomfortable to watch.
I think we can do a bit of scouting while he's taking care of that. Maybe get some eyes on the China tea set.
Don't be a bad idea.
So you guys head to the China tea set?
Can take Alexander back out.
Yeah. The guards do not seem to care much about Alexander as he is sitting, I guess, on your head.
He'd fall off of my shoulder. I actually have very good balance on top of my head. Yeah. Also, we can use him for spying. Maybe. He's a good boy.
So, you guys are heading to the China tea set?
Yep.
So, you guys, Yovin leads the way. About 15-minute walk from here. you guys see what looks like a building that the slightest breath of wind could knock over, with a very large and imposing minotaur out in front. His horns have notches in them, and one of them is broken in half.
I'd probably like once we start getting closer to it, like advise the others to like hold back a little as we're like. Now, I think it'd probably be best if they don't see us necessarily. Like keeping a little bit of a distance from that place, but just like noting who goes in and who comes out. Might do good to know what we may be getting into in there. I'll try to look for like a relatively good vantage point that we could like do a police style stakeout of this place without like getting spotted.
Sure, make a perception check.
$22.
22. So there's a variety of them. There is a building that is right next door to the China tea set that does have some semi-covered, looks like hay collection up top. There's also an alleyway across the street. The alleyway is within the Minotaur guard's field of view, so it might be a little bit difficult sneaking over there without it noticing. But those are the two options.
I think the building over there might be the best chance. I feel like we'd be too out in the open otherwise.
Let's go.
All right, I need athletics checks from everybody to climb up this wall.
I'll go first and then try to like help others.
Sure.
This is gonna be bad.
The wall's not very tall. It's maybe 10 feet.
Okay. I clamber up there and then I'm just gonna like use aid another to try and like help the others up.
Sure. I do need an athletics check if you have not already given that.
He gave it.
Oh, perfect. Yes.
Ooh.
Let's say he helps you, Kara. So make that check with advantage.
I told you it would be bad.
So Kara grabs your hand, but then kind of hangs limp as you do most of the work of pulling her up. I'm going to make a quick perception check for the Minotaur guard.
Oh boy.
All right.
Not strong.
He's just kind of looking around with the minute swearing that I assume is coming from over there. The guard doesn't seem to notice.
God.
All right, Damikos.
All right. Don't want to do that. I could do that.
You got this. You got this.
Hmm.
All right. Damikos easily climbs the wall, and the hand skitters up as well. The hand had jumped off when Kara dead-weighted Yovan. So you guys are sitting up there, and you're going to be watching for a little while. We're going to hop on over to Zahn now. So, Zahn, the gate shuts behind you with a clang, and immediately, huge difference. These buildings are well taken care of. You can see workers that are attending to lawns, trees, shrubbery. The cobblestone road is well taken care of. There are little fences in between the houses denoting yards. And there's well-dressed people walking around. heavily armored guards on every street corner. This is the definition of upper class.
Oh, well, I'll say. I guess I'm just looking for a magic shop right away.
Sure, give me a investigation check.
Sure.
Okay, excellent. I don't know why it's not alerting me that the rolls are coming through. So you do manage to find one, although it does take you a good 20, 25 minutes in order to do so because it's first time in the upper city.
It's fine with me.
It's a little shop called the Shifting Wand. Inside, it seems rather empty. There's a few wands, some cloaks around, a few magic focuses, but no, it's very neat and orderly. The space is well taken care of, and behind the counter is an elf that looks really similar to the elf that was the bartender at the Broken Buckler. Aye.
How do you do, my good fellow?
All right, yourself?
Good. Good. I have this item here that I need to have repaired, and I was wondering if someone would be able to do that for me.
Let's see it.
Alright, I will pull out the bag and put it on there and show him the hole.
Right, this is going to be a... I'm assuming this bag is magical.
That is correct.
What caused the damage, if you don't mind me asking?
It's a bit hard to explain. Another magical item was put inside of it, and it seemingly tore through it without even touching the inside, it seems.
I'd be very interested to see this magical item that tore through the inside.
Fortunately, one of my other party members has it at the moment, but it's a possibility of me showing it to you if you're trustworthy enough.
Shame. He picks it up and he sticks his hand through it, looking at it from every angle. Right. I've never had to repair a bag of holding before, but I'd say give me 2 hours and 150 gold.
Make sure I actually have that much. I'm running low. Oh, I definitely have enough. What would you say would be the fastest you'd be able to do it?
Fastest would be I could do it in possibly 45 minutes. Can't guarantee it'll hold, though. It's more of a temporary fix than a permanent one. But because it'd be a temporary fix, also drop it by about 100 gold.
That's what I like to hear. I'm going to pull out my coin purse and pull out 50 gold. I will take your temporary fix for the time being.
As soon as the coins touch the counter, they're gone.
You do look and sound very familiar. Have we met before?
No.
Insight check. Even though I
Sure.
know it's him.
So, on this insight, you're taking a look at him. Although he looks remarkably similar, The nose is a little bit larger. The eyes are a little bit further apart. He does have some very minute differences. You can infer that this guy is a twin of the guy at the broken buckler.
Interesting. I might have been mistaken. You do look very similar to someone I know. But either way, You have your coin. I will leave the bag with you. Please do repair it as soon as possible, and I will be back in 45 minutes.
Yep. See you then.
All right. And I will step out and find myself a cafe or a bar of some sort that's somehow open in the morning.
Sure. So cafes are pretty easy to find. You can get yourself a nice warm drink and a spot of breakfast for 2 gold.
Sure.
Perfect. Just sitting in the outdoor cafe. There's a nice little lawn. There's some rabbits hopping around the lawn. The table is gilded. It's as pretentiously upper class as you can be.
Just how I like it.
Perfect. And we're going to hop back to the group that's currently hiding in a hay pile on the top of a building across the street from a almost broken down bar. So you guys have been sitting and watching for about 15, 20 minutes. There doesn't seem to be anybody going into the bar, at least from the front, but you do have a good vantage point at the back, and people seem to be routinely making deliveries. Like you've seen 2 people come in the last 10 minutes, about 2 minutes apart, and they've dropped off boxes. But they drop off the box, do a knock on the door, and then leave. And then about a minute later, door opens, hands come out, pick up the box, door shuts.
Doesn't seem like people really go in. More like just drop off deliveries.
It's also like before 10 a.m.
People day drink.
Yeah, but there could be a law or something that says bars can't open until at least noon.
Sure, the guys dealing in drugs and human trafficking are gonna follow a rule about when they can open.
Don't tell them how to live their life.
It's gonna
Not for your discussion.
If they weren't expecting anybody, why is there a Bobo out front? I can't.
I think we should keep watching just in case.
Like much has happened at the moment, at least outside of the deliveries.
How do you think it's going with the noble?
I'm sure he's doing fine.
Probably sitting at a fucking gilded table somewhere.
You guys, while looking around, do see a small, like, almost looks like a sewer grate in the alleyway next to the bar that would be big enough for either a small child to fit through, or if you had something smaller. Or you can, there's plenty of options. You could try to get into this bar. You could sit here and wait.
I think we should keep watching just a little while longer. Maybe I don't want our big plan to come undone because they don't accept people going into their bar.
Well, I'm gonna look at Alexander. You're pretty sneaky. You evaded most of us and apparently Joven.
He cut open my bag.
Yeah. Hands don't have a sense of smell either, so I don't think you'd mind. Would you mind? You want to do some recon?
The hand taps once.
Neat. Awesome. Love Alexander. Fairy Dragon wouldn't be able to do this.
How does telepathic
Okay.
link work with a fucking hand that has no eyes?
He doesn't. He just understands me. Okay, I'm gonna gently set him down.
And he starts scuttling for the wall, does a little hop to the left, hop to the right, like he's looking around, scuttles down. You guys see him do the same thing a few more times and like scuttle into the shadows, kind of scuttle out a little bit, do the little hop, and then he disappears into the sewer grate.
Oh my god. Does the bodyguard react at all?
Bodyguard, honestly, I haven't rolled above a 3 for his fucking perception, so he doesn't even fucking notice.
So there's a rave happening next door, and he's like, huh?
He's just kind of looking around. You're too far away to be able to tell what's going on. So you do see somebody in nicer clothes than what you would typically expect from the low town, especially in this area, approach the Minotaur and pull out a slip of paper. The Minotaur looks at it, kind of cuffs him on the side of the head, and starts speaking to him.
Can we hear what he's saying?
Sure. You would have to make a stealth check and then a perception check.
Ah, shit.
I can try.
Still. But he knows you, doesn't he?
Oh, wait, yeah. We have to get closer in order here?
Yeah, you are essentially going to have to kind of lean over the edge a little bit.
I'll do it. It's fine. Stealth and then perception?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Not bad. Perception, not performance. Perception.
Okay, so you do manage to lean over. Unfortunately, it is towards the end of the conversation. So all you hear is, "Come back later, fucker." The guy kind of like goes, all right, chill out. Sorry. Starts to walk away.
Let's get back to my place.
So, about 10 minutes later, the hand does scuttle up, does this little look thing, then scuttles up the wall and presents its ring finger, in which it has a tiny, what looks like metal disc with bits sticking out of it around it.
Carefully take it from him.
Sure, so you slide it off, and it says help on it.
Where the fuck is she getting all these bits of metal, first of all?
That's a good question.
It's the same shape that was on my weird eagle body.
Yeah, it is.
Ugh, I hate that.
Yeah, except it's about ring sized.
Oh.
Is that's like that thing we found. That one that said Jethora on it.
Yes, it is.
Job, buddy.
I think we know she's in there, hopefully.
Do we?
No.
Well, she would recognize. She would know what your hand looks like.
That's fair. I'm gonna ask him. Did you see Jethora? Did Jethora give this to you?
He taps. He does a very slow double tap, then pauses and then taps once.
You didn't see Jethora, but Jethora gave this to you?
He does a little hand drumming thing,
Okay.
and
One
then
question
kind of
at a
like
time, I understand.
massages, like kind of like almost like massaging a
biscuits?
forehead,
Oh,
like but on the stone,
sorry, buddy.
and then just taps once.
Okay. Mm. Did you see that lady from last night in there?
Taps twice.
No. Okay. Are there a lot of guards?
Taps once.
Ah, shit. Oh, good job, buddy.
And he starts to do a series of taps. You can't help but feel that if you had bonded to him as your familiar, you'd have a better chance of understanding what he is trying to tell you.
You know what? We were tired. Fuck you. Jesus. Did Oh, jeez. I'm sorry if you can hear.
I have a 3-year-old at home. I am very, very familiar with that. So he's still tapping away. After a moment, he stops, kind of like finger goes up and like points at each of you, and then just starts the thing again.
Holy shit. Okay, hold on 1 second.
No worries.
I think he wants to know what we're gonna do.
Oh boy. I mean, I can only speak for myself. I would like to help whoever's in that bad situation. But
The plan does hinge on Zon being here.
yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea what he's tapping about.
So he does that fingers tapping against the roof again, and then scurries up Kara's leg, gestures to her hand, and then starts like running his nail across her hand in like this, and just like jagged movements.
I think it's trying to tell you something, but I don't know what.
Yeah,
Taps
it
once.
is. Thanks for that, but I don't know what he's saying. Is the problem?
Is it trying to write in letters?
Taps twice.
No. God, this is the worst game of charades.
It points to the little metal ring in Kara's hand, and then starts making the lines on her hand again.
Is he making the shape of the disc?
No, he's not.
No.
Is it like a blueprint of the route you took?
He taps twice.
Damn.
Oh my God.
It's not even watching the Minotaur anymore.
Then
just watching to figure out this hand.
I'm gonna throw a quick perception check. He's good.
No.
I threw it too. He then scurries up to Kara and then draws a finger like this.
Okay, that's foreboding.
And then points to the ring.
Gonna be dead soon?
Did you find this on
Tap.
a dead body?
Oh, it's gonna be dead soon.
Dead soon? Why?
He taps twice, just starts violently pointing at the ring.
No, the person whoever he got this ring from is gonna be dead soon.
Tap.
And it was that Jethora.
A tap. Somebody throw an insight check for me, please.
Oh god.
I will. I think I will. Let me see.
If
Hey.
you
anyone
could,
who wants, actually anyone here who
Yeah.
wants to throw an insight check, go ahead and throw one.
Not me.
All right, everyone but Domikos can feel just waves of Jesus Christ coming from this hand. Just exasperating.
I mean, I think I got that.
I'm
That's fine.
sorry, buddy. Yeah.
All right, so Jethora, the one who gave Alexander the ring, is going to die soon.
Tap.
that's not good. We got him.
An hour? 5 minutes?
Tap. This is difficult. God, the fairy dragon would be so much easier. Okay.
No.
So
He could talk.
Show us on your fingers how many hours we have.
So it scurries down and like scurries into the hay bale and then pokes a finger out and goes like that and scurries back into the hay bale and then scurries into like the shadow that the little outcropping is forming on the roof and kind of like does the finger poking out of that and then just kind of stands there waiting.
So we have to be really stealthy about this.
Either that or Jethra's hiding somewhere in there. And,
Tap.
Okay, then probably have to be stealthy.
And came from the sewers, so probably held underground.
He taps twice. Well, taps twice, and then after you say underground, taps once.
She's underground. Which means we might have to go down and not through the back door.
The hand kind of looks, does its little finger pointing at Yovan, and then
Yeah.
tap.
Yeah.
Which means our plan is not sound as is.
As is. No, but
Do-
it's It's
did you
still
sense any other way to get down there besides the sewers? Because I think I'm the only one that can get down there
I am
besides
pretty
Alexander.
It points to the back door and then points to the front door.
I
There's
know
stuff
that.
to go
but
in.
like stairs.
There's probably stairs inside.
Tap.
Bingo.
And then it does the point over to Domikos.
Well, shit. The problem is something. I think they're starting later because the guy that was talking to the Minotaur was told to essentially fuck off. for
I
now.
think that whatever it is that we've managed to arrange has delayed them still. But I have a feeling that it might not be delayed for long.
The hand scurries over and grabs onto the hilt of Kara's dagger, then scurries over onto Kara's shoulder, and then goes like this onto her shoulder.
I gotta remember to.
Oh no, I think I know
Connected
what that
to
is.
this
I think I'm
I-
lost on what that's trying to say now.
I think the hand might want us to take the dagger and stab the guard.
The hand kind of moves its pointer and pinky finger up like that, almost in a shrug. And with that, we're going to hop over to Zon. About 40 minutes have passed. You've finished your hot drink, your fancy breakfast.
I'm heading back. Pick
Sure.
this bag up. I got places to be.
So you arrive. Hey, welcome back. Here's your bag. Temporary fix. I'd suggest not using it so much until there's a more permanent fix put in.
It's a good sound plan. Thank you very much. What was your name, perchance?
Is that important?
Well, no, it's just I like to know the names of the people I do business with, and I'd plan to come back to you once my business is finished.
You can call me Roderick.
Roderick. Well, Roderick, it has been a pleasure working with you. I thank you for your time, and I hope to see you again quite soon.
Sure.
Take my bag and leave.
Yeah, you leave, and the door shuts behind you. And are you heading back?
Yep.
Sure. So you head back to the doors. You manage to get to the doors. You're handed back a greatsword with a very suspicious look from the guards.
I didn't do anything very great. I went to a magic shop and got my bag fixed. God.
No
Don't worry
response.
about my business.
Then you do not see the group in front of this door.
Well, I guess I'm heading back to the inn. Because that's the place I would assume they would wait.
Sure. So you walk back to the Broken Buckler. The mahogany block is no longer there. And you see the very familiar elf standing behind the bar, and the piano man is back playing his piano. And I do want to remind everyone that the piano was not there in the morning, and now it is back. So piano man must be carrying this piano with him.
Sure.
Only explanation.
Yeah, there's no other explanation. No. Just magically make shit appear whenever people want. But no, there's no explanation other than he's carrying it. Guess I'm gonna see that they're not here. Go up to the bar for a moment.
Hey.
You either have a very familiar face, or I saw someone who looks almost exactly like you.
Stranger things have happened.
Sure. Did my compatriots stop by? Didn't you open?
No.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm going to leave and I assume go back to the China shop, because that's the only other place I would assume they would go.
Perfect. So as you're walking up to the China China set, go ahead, roll a perception check for me, please.
Sure.
A shifter, a tiefling, and a human just hiding in some hay bales with a
So
attached hand.
you don't
my
see
perception
them.
ain't good.
You don't see them. You do see the Minotaur standing in the front, arms crossed, notched horn, broken in half horn. He does not look particularly happy, but he is a bouncer and they're not paid to look happy.
Sure. I'm just going to look around for them for a minute. And if I don't see them, I'm going to, as sneakily as possible, sort of go around the block towards the back door and see if they're over by that side monitoring or something.
At this point, you guys are still trying to figure out what the hand is saying. And you guys did say you were focusing more on the hand than the
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
guard.
Yeah,
so
fair.
no, you don't see him.
Does the hand see him?
The hand is
The hand only has blind sight for 30 feet.
Alex Hander is desperately trying to get you guys to understand what he means, and it doesn't seem to be working, which is annoying him.
I think there might be something magical.
Hey, I was on the right track.
It's like I'm trying to more charades.
Oh.
So, Zon, if you're trying to sneak past the door guard, go ahead and make a stealth check. Otherwise, you can just walk around the block and take.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really like trying to be like stealthy and like walk right past them. I was sort of just gonna
Stealthy.
nonchalantly walk down the street, go around the block, and then come around on the opposite side.
Sure. So you keep walking, and the Minotaur his eyes are on you, but they're the same as he would watch really just anybody. He just kind of seems bored and is just people watching. After about 10 more minutes, you do manage to come around to the back. where you see somebody is approaching the back door with a box.
Okay, I'm going to try to look nonchalant and stay away from him and just sort of peer and watch from a distance.
So it's the back door. The bouncer's in the front door.
Oh yeah, I'm still trying to be nonchalant and stay away.
Make a stealth check.
Sure. There it is.
Cool. So
Oh.
you are standing there, kind of pointedly looking at this guy. However, he doesn't seem to notice you. He puts the box down, knocks, and then walks away.
Okay. Just gonna try to maintain my distance and keep watching.
Cool. So you're not following him though?
No, I'm just watching the door.
Okay, he turns into an alleyway, disappears. After about a minute, the door opens, hands come out, grab the box, pull it in, door shuts, and you can hear it lock.
Okay. I don't know what to do with this information.
All right.
I'm just gonna see that my people are still not around here. Not know what to do now because I don't know where they went.
So the hand at this point has completely given up trying to get anybody to understand anything and has angrily crawled into Kara's bag and is pouting.
Aw, you gotta remember to bond with him later.
One of you guys make a perception check.
Okay,
Ooh, maybe not me.
I'll make it. Why not?
Nice. So you see Zahn just standing in the middle of an alleyway, staring at the back door.
I'm just gonna tap both Kara and Domikos and just point.
Ah, God.
Hi, Zon's back.
He's in the middle of the alleyway,
I think
watching the door completely.
How far are we from him?
You're about 60 feet.
Okay. I am going to cast message.
Sure.
What the hell are you doing? Could you be more obvious?
Well, I wasn't exactly trying to scare anyone. I'm supposed to meet with them. On top of the fact you weren't where you were supposed to be.
You
And you
are
left me.
pointedly staring at the back door.
Well, I'm going to leave now.
Also,
Two
what do you
spells
mean
left.
where we're supposed to
Three.
be? There's 3 other adults in this party. We can go where we want to go. No one said we were going to wait for you. You didn't say how long you were going to take.
I mean,
So we decided to do some recon.
message is a
Zahn, you
cantrip,
do
right?
see.
Yeah.
I think
Oh, okay.
A lot of-
So Zahn, you do see Kara is kind of just standing on the roof, looking at you, and pointing at you.
Casting message.
I'm used to people doing what I ask of them, not do what they want. Whatever.
Okay.
I'm coming.
We're not on your payroll.
So just
Yet.
make a quick athletics check to climb up the wall for me, Zahn.
Sure.
Not on your payroll.
Yet.
Yeah, you make it up.
there's something I want to ask you, Kara.
But-
Did you tell us that the hand's name is Alexander?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Okay, that's all I need to know. The hand seems to have done some scouting, and it seems that Jethora is being held underground.
All right.
And from what we're seeing, it might not be the best idea to try and infiltrate from the front.
There
This
was-
might
Well,
Yeah. Sorry. We can't exactly get in the back either, though. With
I do know a way into the back now, technically.
are we gonna be box shaped? Because that's all that goes in the back door.
Well,
Or the front.
no, it's just we could easily knock on the door, go to the sides of it, have it when it opens, and barrage them inside. But that would be a more savage approach than I was looking for.
That we could leave something in front of the door so that it makes them have to hold it open longer. We could dump
Or-
all the devil's blood out in like a pile, so they open it.
Or we
have
could
to
still
leave it.
go with my plan, and I could walk up to the front and nicely ask his associate
last-
that I want to have a meeting with whoever would be willing to buy a large amount of mysterious material, which is worth a lot
drugs.
of money to them.
The last person who did that apparently got told to go fuck off.
Well,
Well,
he
do you
had
know
Sure, we
what they were
don't know
trying
what
to
he
sell?
asked.
Yeah,
He
you don't know what
had,
they were trying to ask.
a paper and fancy clothes, so I can only assume he got an invitation and was trying to get in early, which is very annoying. Have you ever had to deal with people that try to get in early to places? I
Yes.
don't understand it.
Jesus. I'm gonna actually pull out the bag of holding and just make sure I pull out a small piece of the devil's blood.
The bag of holding, you didn't really examine it much in the store. Still a bit distracted by Roderick looking exactly like the bartender. But there is what looks like a small yellow cord
Okay.
across the bottom that is binding it shut. You can tell that the cord isn't as strong, either magically or physically, as it could have been if you had waited longer.
Okay, well, I'm just going to pull out a small piece of devil's blood to make sure it just works.
Yeah,
Okay.
it does.
Put it back. Bag works. We could still just go to the front, ask for a business opportunity. This man you had approached the front seemingly was a early goer to this not exactly strong business proposition, where I know I can give a bit more of a hard sell.
I mean, maybe, but it feels like time might be of the essence, so that we might have to
Which is what I
Yes.
mean is
We
we
got
should...
this, and I show him the metal piece.
All right. Well, that is exactly what I mean. We should start this as soon as possible and just make a decision on this. Either we go in through the back and we go in savagely and maim or kill anyone in our way, or we try to talk our way into it at least and get a surveil of what we're going into first.
I do
Possibly
think
get the surprise.
I would ask the hand if there might be a way through the sewer into there, but I think the hand might be a little mad at us at the moment.
Alexander? Yeah, he's a little pouty.
I'm sorry, who?
Reach into my backpack and
You get flicked.
I'm sorry.
That named it.
Yeah? He doesn't have a name.
I was
I
greatly
asked-
hoping
Tap,
that this wasn't going to be a thing. And that he
Okay.
was just coming along for the ride out of the cave.
You know
But now
what?
that you've named him, you have to keep him. That's how pets
Exactly.
work.
I always intended to keep him.
Well, they
What
seem to
if-
be trying to tell us something related to the dagger. I have a suspicion that we might have to
Hey,
break some sort of magic using that dagger.
I do
What if-
wear regular daggers. Just saying.
Yeah, he did not reach for the magical dagger. I assume you
Oh,
have
okay.
that more hidden on your person. He
Yeah,
grabbed
that's
the
in
normal
my
dagger.
backpack somewhere.
Okay.
No, I keep regular daggers on me though. I
It's
have
hard
a
to
bag of
remember
infinite
sometimes.
daggers.
Sometimes it's hard to remember that you have unlimited daggers.
But we're getting off the
We could
topic.
also-
What
Covered in
what
flame.
what are we going to do?
We could have the plan work as planned, where Zahn and Kara in your disguise go to the front and try to do the thing. We could also plan a distraction for the back, however.
So, quick question: how are you guys talking? Like, what's your position on the roof? Because I need everyone to make a stealth check, and if you're just standing up and talking, you get disadvantage.
No.
I would assume I'm like
I mean,
laying like on
I would
a
follow
knee,
along with whatever everybody else was doing, so I'm not
trying
sure.
to like tensely whisper.
Go back to hiding in the hay.
I mean, that's how I assumed. I was just tense whispering.
Very itchy.
All right.
I
Oh,
Oh my
no.
god.
I'm wearing medium
Actually, I
armor.
could.
Oh no.
I forgot I'm wearing medium armor. So let's just.
I didn't say I was
Okay.
doing it. I won't do it.
Hey, Joven.
Ah, shit.
You kind of peek up over the edge, and the Minotaur is staring right at you, fist clenched. The fuck you doing here?
It ain't illegal to sleep up here.
Boy, you must have a death wish or something. You know, Mama skin you alive if she sees you. Hell, I might skin you alive.
All right, fine. I will take my business elsewhere.
Yeah, take your buddies too. I don't want any of that filth in my place. I see there's 2 other guys with you, trying to hide in that hay bale.
Where does he see?
He
Definitely Damagos.
Well,
he seems
yeah.
to be gesturing over to Tomakos and Zahn.
Oh shit, I'm the only one that did it. Oh no. God damn it.
I mean, I'm going to maneuver in a way that hopefully he doesn't see me, and off the roof in the opposite direction that he is.
Make
I've already seen you.
make another stealth check.
Sure. I mean, he hasn't
Oh
fully seen me as far as I can
He
tell.
did kind of
Okay.
gesture over to you and call you
I
out.
mean, didn't call any features out.
So you kind of like do that little half stand where you're going to try and crouch, armor is jostling. Yeah, yes, thank you. Get off the roof like your buddy. Go, get off. Scatter, get out of here.
Yeah, the 3 of us will go.
God. Car's not moving.
Yeah.
Yes, you will. Does it make an insight check?
Oh no!
So get.
I'm going to go off the roof and help Damokos off the roof.
I'm going to get off the roof.
And we're going to start walking down the alleyway about, I guess, trying to be within 60 feet. But like
Sure.
as much out of eye line of that Minotaur as we can.
I mean, I'm gonna try and walk us literally to the next street over.
I mean, if you guys are going to the alleyway, not the actual street, you're out of his eye line.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's staying by the front door.
Yeah. Because she seemed to be able to message Zahn, or at least do something with Zahn pointing her finger at. So I'm assuming that might be a way for her to do that with us.
Oh, what I was saying is have a distraction planned for the back, where we put the hand
Well-
in a box and then have the hand attack whoever comes to pick up the box.
It's a little late for that now.
Well, now he's seen all 3 of you.
Exactly.
Yep.
And why we
No, that's
must...
out of character. It
Oh.
did not cast message. I don't know if he can see me or not. I'm just waiting.
Well, I suggest now that we have made ourselves known,
Yes.
We just have the back door.
I got my axe ready. If we need to
Well,
go for the less savory option, I think. Well,
It is like 1 p.m. and you're considering chopping, like just carving your way through a bar.
well, the way I see it is I don't have a lot of experience in this type of endeavor, but going in as fast as possible, even if it's not the quietest, might be what we gotta do.
God, I thought you
Well,
guys were
and this-
joking when you said I'd have to talk us through this.
Does
I assumed I was, and then we got spotted on a roof.
He rolled an 18, even with all of his minuses.
You rolled an 18?
Yes.
Total?
He has
No,
no, not total. No.
Okay,
no.
I'm like,
he just had enough to see past like a 13, which is, not that remarkable.
yeah, no,
Well.
I'm in a hay bale.
Does the grate or the sewer entrance or whatever that the hand went down look like it could be?
He
like,
said it was small, like
Small.
Child size.
animal size or child size.
it's not
I
like a
mean,
grate we could.
If we
move to
could
get
maybe
into.
find like a bigger sewer entrance, we could go down, trace it over to underneath the store. They might have a way. Their basement might lead into the sewer.
Does the Minotaur look like he's gone back to, like, just staring in front of the door, like, not paying attention to the rooftop anymore?
Make a quick perception check.
Okay.
So you kind of peek your head up. The Minotaur is back to standing in front of the door, kind of boredly looking at the crowds.
Okay. I'm not getting out of the hay bale, but I am gonna cast message. Cast message to Joven. What the fuck, you guys? I can't get up on this thing alone. I don't think I can get down by myself either.
I didn't realize he would look over this way. Look, he's been not able to see us this whole time. Besides, can't you like magic your way off?
If you're speaking to her, just tell her to jump off and we'll catch her.
We'll catch you.
I don't think you will. Jesus. Oh God. Okay. What the fuck? Shit. Wait, I'm concentrating the sheep. Hold on. 7. Okay. Yeah, I can. Neat. I'm gonna use polymorph to turn myself into a copy of Alexander.
There are now 2 Alexanders. Oh, this might trigger sooner than I expected.
Oh no!
So what are you doing?
And crawl down. Try and stealthily make my way over to the rest of them.
All right. Make a stealth check.
Okay.
We see 2 hands crawling down.
Yeah, so Joven, you see one. Hold on, let me roll his. You see one hand crawling towards you guys.
I'm gonna try and listen. Is Kara sent another message? Are we telling us that Alexander was?
You hear nothing.
I'm just gonna raise a brow as I like get down on like a knee to look at the little hand. wait for it to get closer. It's like, you, Jethora, send you over? I know you're mad that we can't understand you, but I'm just asking.
God.
Does Alexander look any different?
Alexander looks like Alexander.
Yeah.
Just flipping you off.
Okay, that is rude and uncalled for.
You guys all see Alexander flipping him off, by the way.
As much as I love to banter back and forth with a disembodied hand, we need to figure out what we're doing.
He's come to give us a hand.
Yep. Really? Really? Okay. I think we got two options now. We got to either get in through the back or find a way into the sewer and get through that way.
I think we have one option, that going through the sewers is not something we have time for. Unless you know the sewers and know that we can get down there,
I mean,
So-
we're wasting time.
Alexander, I point to Car, has been down there already.
How long was he down there for?
Like,
Oh.
it was 20 minutes, right? About
10, 15.
Yeah.
about 10 or 15 minutes.
And where did he go down? If he went down in a place that we can go down, we can
There.
follow it.
I point to the grate. That's like small.
How are we going to fit down that?
I mean, if possible, maybe Car can use some magic to like make us smaller or something. I don't know.
Well, until she gets down off the roof, we have no idea if she's going to be able to do any of that. And like I said, unless we have someone who knows how to circumvent the sewers, we're wasting time.
To pop out of Alexander form. Hat.
Alexander comes out of the shadows, taps twice.
Yeah, buddy. And put him back on my shoulder.
He actually like scurries away from your hand.
Aw. You're still mad at me?
Taps twice.
No?
He starts to make exaggerated big steps with his fingers towards the
Okay.
sewer gate.
I know I'm
we
not
should go down there.
sneaky. You
I
don't have
trust
to
it.
rub it in.
He taps twice.
I think it wants us to go down through the sewer route.
It taps twice.
Well,
No, he doesn't.
I'm terrible at this game.
Is there another way down there other than the two doors into the room?
It goes to a brick and then pantomimes walking downstairs.
So there's stairs down there. All right.
Tap.
All right. Well, like I said, we are wasting time deciding this. We need to either figure out if we're bum rushing this guard or going through the back, like I would most likely suggest. Because the sewers are not an option, in my mind. We don't have time to scurry around in the sewers, finding an entrance big enough for us, and hoping that we find our way to the underground basement of this place.
Wow.
Joven, you have the high enough passive to notice that Alexander does go back into the grate.
Went back in.
Oh, shit. Polymorph his concentration up to an hour so I can follow him.
So you're following him?
I'm gonna follow him. Why not?
Cool. We'll get to you in a second. Car
Cool.
turns to Alexander and follows the original Alexander into the grate.
All right.
So she
Let's
can
give
turn
up.
it smaller.
She can turn
I wanna
herself
see
smaller, as far as we can
see.
tell. Let's
All
give
right,
her
well,
15
this-
minutes and hope that she comes back with a plan. Like I
well,
said,
this
we
is gonna
can't.
kick off. I
we
cast
can't.
mage armor on myself.
All right. So we're
8
gonna
hour
hop.
duration.
So we're gonna hop over to Kara. Kara, so you are climbing through, following Alexander. You're noticing that this is what appears to be a sewer grate, but actually turns out to be more of a long metal pipe. And after, I'd say about 30 seconds of climbing, you free fall down about 10 feet. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, and you land in the middle of a cell. A dank, dark, dismal cell in a what seems to be cell room. And across the way, you see Jethora is kind of sitting against a wall with chains on her wrist and ankles.
According to this, crawling claws only have 2 health points.
You are out of Crawling Claw.
Did not expect free fall.
And thump.
So you land with a
Shit.
thud.
Uh,
Jethro looks up. Kara?
I can't see shit down here.
You can't see shit?
Isn't it dark?
No, there's like. Wait, do you seriously not see anything?
Huh? Oh, you're talking about. Sorry.
Yeah, no, there's lamp. There's like not lamps, but there's lit torches.
Okay, I didn't realize the map had changed.
No worries.
And now it won't let me zoom out. Cool. Cool. You're
roll
alive.
20.
Are you okay? They haven't like.
Well, she like stands up and kind of approaches the bars a little bit. Doesn't quite get there. There does seem to be a chain on her waist attaching her to the wall. Make a quick perception check for me.
Okie dokie. Oh no. 8.
8?
8.
Man. That's weird. This she seems to be spooked by something you can't quite. You're still a little bit dizzy from that free fall that knocked you out of polymorph.
Oh, that hurt.
Kara, what's going on?
What do you mean? What's going on? We came to find
I can't.
you.
I can't. He was right. Can you look like out into the hallway? I can't see what's going on. Did you not hear that?
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
I don't. Part of me doesn't trust what she's saying.
It's because you can't
Oh
hear
god
shit.
damn it. Yeah, I can't hear
Take it as
shit.
you will.
Oh god. Where is can I see Alexander anywhere?
You cannot.
Oh shit. Dude,
Uh-huh.
now's the worst time to have left me.
But your perception's also really bad, so he could
That's true.
just be standing in one of the darker corners of the room.
He's looking right at you at your feet, like tapping.
And I'm like scoot towards the bars and see if I can see what she's talking about.
So you take a look out, and you see down the hallway is a cloaked figure standing at about, let's say, 3.5 feet. You also see 4 guards are on the ground, arrows sticking out of their throats, pools of blood surrounding them. And the cloaked figure is moving forward towards the end of this hallway. You also notice that its hood, which it's cloaked in a white hood, the front of it's sewed shut.
I don't like.
And with that, we're gonna hop over to the rest of the group. So Kara and Alexander just disappeared down the grate.
How long has it been?
They just disappeared down the grate.
I guess we give them 15 minutes and then we hope that they come back.
Excellent. So, and then we are going to wait for. Hop back to you guys in a second. Kara, go ahead and roll initiative for me, please.
Oh no! I just had a plan too.
You can still roll. You can still do your plan.
Did I not actually click? Oh, I should click my token. Neat.
Perfect.
Should have swapped this spell, but this is more on brand for Kara. Oh God. I don't know what that is, but I don't like it.
Don't worry about it.
Oh no, he's down here too. Shit. Oh no.
I don't feel like you know who Nibros is.
I do. I have him in my notes.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
I remember him.
All right, so 15 minutes or until you guys get notified. Oh shit, I gotta add a.
Oh no.
Notify us, Kara.
I don't know how far down I am, guys.
You're definitely too far for.
Big ass explosion. Let's go.
Well, you know what?
Okay, so top of the round. Dragonclaw is going to glide forward.
Oh no.
All right. Kara, you hear scuttling coming from the wall behind you. And that's Alexander's turn. Kara, it is your turn.
I probably already know I'm here.
They don't seem to be reacting to your presence, honestly.
Well, fuck it, this will be this will be easier. I'm gonna cast Thunderstep and get into Jethra's cell.
Cool. So now they know you're here.
Yeah. But it's fine.
So you get over into Jethra's cell, and everyone hears a boom. And I need everyone else to roll initiative, please. And I will have you guys, let me go ahead and add you guys into this. And we'll just do every round. You guys can try to get closer. Let me go ahead and make it so you guys can actually control these guys. Save. Oof. On. Save. There it goes. Save. All right. You guys go ahead and roll initiative. Perfect. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So, Top of the round. Let me go ahead and move you guys up. Domikos, what's your dex modifier?
It is a grand old E plus 2.
Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. So, top of the round, Domikos, you hear the boom coming from the sewer grate.
Well, that doesn't sound very good.
You also hear, what the fuck was that?
That sounded like it was coming from all.
Yeah, it sounds like it's coming from the front.
Oh, just kicking off. I can't do much about the door. Unless we want the house on fire.
It's fine.
Okay, so the door is wood, right? And the rest of the
Yes.
house is also wood, or
It's all made of wood. Beautiful, burnable wood.
puff. I can puff. Oh, God. Gar's in trouble. He would do this. Okay. I'm going to aim this more towards the front of the house,
Cool.
like the frontal area. Drop fireball.
All right. So
Beautiful.
fireball happens. Of course, he fails his
More
dex
towards
save.
more towards the front. More towards the front
Yeah,
of the
no,
house.
understood. Actually, I got to roll for all the civilians too.
Yep. It's
Oh
happening.
no.
Oh my god, I haven't rolled a single pass yet.
Oh.
Do you know what you needed to pass?
I assume it's more than a 5.
Yes, it is more than a 5.
So I've got one pass, and that's only because I got a 19, and I'm 90% sure that beats your DC.
Yes. 16.
And they're still gonna fry because these are civilians, and this is a fireball.
Oh my god.
Murder.
Yeah, you hear the building almost immediately catches on fire, almost like it's been treated with alcohol for a very long time. You hear a fuck ton of
Fuck yeah.
screaming. You also see other buildings are starting to catch on fire. And this is how Domikos burns down a city.
We can never come back here again.
And there is even more screaming, and somebody's yelling to the well, we need to put out these fires. And people start fucking panicking.
You thought I was going to level half the city.
People are streaming out of nearby buildings, rushing towards wells. You see servants running out of the back of the fucking China tea set. Door is almost broken down by people trying to break out. And anything else you want to do on your turn?
Yeah, I move up to the back door.
Sure. People are streaming by. It's going to take at least a round for them to get out. All right, end of your turn.
Shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So, Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
Chris looks so disappointed.
I couldn't do much.
I mean, I'm not gonna say anything just yet.
Oh my god. So this thing comes over to the front of the cell and raises its arms up to the cell itself. fucking Jethora is almost, she's as close against the wall as she could be. She's trying to get very far away from this thing. All right, next up, Alexander is going to scurry around. Kara, it is your turn.
I'm gonna turn to her.
By the way, I will say this. If we were doing alignment, that would definitely push Damokos into the evil area. But, all right, Kara, it is your turn.
Does it look like there's like anything? I'm just gonna ask her. Is the shackles keeping you from doing magic, or are the shackles? Grammar.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't? Oh,
I can't.
For fuck's sake, Jethora. I'm gonna walk up, grab her arm, and see if I can cast Thunder Step back up to the door.
Okay. So, tell me how Thunder Step works. Because if it works the way I think it works, you're about to get a piece of Jethora up.
What do you mean, a piece of Jethora?
Thunderstep is you and a willing creature.
Willing creature. My size or smaller. As long as she's within 5 feet of me.
Cool.
I'm gonna scoot up so that she's within 5 feet of me.
Okay, 1 second. And of course, I don't have anything. Okay. What is the exact wording of the spell?
I'll bring it up.
Thunderstep. You teleport yourself to an unoccupied space you can see
teleport.
within. Ah, shit! You can see within range.
Yeah. You can try and teleport to another part of the cell, but even then, Jethora is panicking far too much to be considered willing.
God damn it, Jethora. All right. I guess we're fighting this thing. Sorry, my phone just buzzed. So its fucking hood is sewed shut?
Yep.
Oh, great.
Don't like that.
What do you mean?
I don't like that, Morgan.
Friendly.
No.
Friend-sized.
Not friend-sized. Evil. Creepy.
Some might say child-sized.
Nope. No.
Go ahead. You were going to hit it with a 5th level fireball?
No, I don't have... I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb.
At the child-sized figure? Go ahead.
Acid. Yeah.
Perfect. At the child-sized figure?
At the child-sized figure.
All right. It has to make a dex save, doesn't it?
Ugh, it's not doing thing. No, it's a 2-hit.
Okay. Need to see a value.
Sorry, I don't know why I did that. God damn it.
You fire off the thing of acid. It slips between the bars, but well over the child-sized figure's head. Or at least where you'd assume its head would be.
Okay. What is that thing?
Dragon claw.
What does that mean, Jethora? That's all I can do. I'm just gonna stand in front of her and try to be imposing.
Perfect.
Even though I'm like 5 feet tall.
All right. Perfect. Joven, want to join in on the slaughter?
To be honest, they he heard the boom and then all of a sudden just everything's on fire.
Pretty much.
And
are you sure you want to travel with us?
Joven just looks at this and the chaos and just his mind almost goes blank as he slips into a rage.
Sure.
He just hunches down almost animalistically and just starts bolting towards the front door of the now on fire building.
Okay, excellent. The front door is extremely on fire. Everything in this area is extremely on fire. There's burning people lying there in the streets. The Minotaur is panicking because he is extremely on fire. Pretty much everything is on fire.
Yep. I don't know if the door is now blasted open or if it's just on fire but still on its hinges.
It's just on fire. It's still a shut door on fire.
I think he would, in this very feral state right now, go just for the quickest way to get in there and then downstairs.
Cool. Make an athletics check to break through the door. And then a dexterity saving throw to try to avoid some of this fire. You easily break down this door.
And yeah, I'm heading in there like head first. I can see the fire, so I'm gonna assume danger sense kicks in there.
It does. Perfect. You only take 1 point of fire damage. And that's the end of your movement, unless you'd like to dash.
Yes.
Cool. So you can make it as far as... So inside, there's a bunch of tables, some people that were crushed in the attempt to escape. And there is the bar in the back, and bottles and bottles of alcohol fucking everywhere. And there's a doorway behind the bar.
He's
So
just
with your next bit of 35 feet, right?
Just 30.
30? Okay. That's right. It doesn't kick in for a bit. So yeah, so next bit of 30 feet movement is going to get you directly at the bar, but no further than that.
Okay. And he's just gonna almost gutturally just roar out like, Kara! It's
Excellent. So next up, Zahn.
Played out exactly as the cards predicted. Fuck. I'm literally shoving Damokos into a wall. Fucking, what the bloody hells are you doing? And rushing into the fucking inn and dashing as far as I can to get fucking anywhere.
Are you going through the back door or the front?
Whichever one's closest to me.
Cool. Make an athletics check to push past the crowd.
Sure. God, I don't have disadvantage, but that first roll is going to be the first one anyways.
So, you try to push back, but there's just too many people trying to push their way out. You kind of have to step back and wait for them to run through.
I mean, if that's all I can do, that's all I can do.
I mean, you can hack them down.
No.
All right, Andy, your turn.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get through.
All right, Damokos.
Okay. Following the example of the Minotaur friend, I'm going to move around to the front.
Cool.
See the chaos.
Let's just call it mass murder.
Chaos. The Minotaur guard is still on fire.
Yeah, he is kind of like dancing around trying to pat out the flames. You do? They haven't acted yet. There's fires fucking everywhere. Other buildings are starting to catch fire.
Okay. Well, to Let's see. I am going to cast Control Flames
Cool.
on the Minotaur.
Don't hurt it anymore. I will literally make you make your alignment chaotic evil.
I'm going to extinguish the flame.
All right.
And see what the bloody hell happened here.
I need you to make a straight up deception check.
Hey. Where are you?
I don't know. Everything fucking exploded. We need to get the fire brigade. We need to get the water. And he starts to head off towards the wells.
He starts doing that, and I'll just go in through the front door.
Sure. Make a dexterity saving throw as you're walking through fire.
Check one thing real quick.
As a tiefling, you have resistance to fire. but-
Yes, I'm just okay. It's only on ability checks. Okay. I was checking the feature real quick. So
Sure.
10.
So you would normally take 6 points of fire damage, but it's rounded down to 3.
Yep. Okay.
As you walk into the chaos you have created. All right, it's going to take you a dash to get up to where.
Well, I can't
no, you
dash.
already used your thing. So yeah, you're standing in the doorway, the burning doorway.
Burning door. I'm not like just inside the doorway. I'm like in the doorway.
The just inside the doorway is also on fire. Pretty much the
Fair.
front half of this building is burning, and on your turn, it spreads a little bit further.
Hmm.
My camera keeps turning off for some reason, which is fun. All right, end of your turn.
Yep.
Excellent. So you see, Kara, a familiar drow with the shaved head and earrings in his ears and bow rush up behind this dragon claw. He looks at you, startled, then reaches back into his quiver, pulls out an arrow, and notches it. All right, end of his turn. Dragon Claw is going to grip onto the bars, and they're going to start to melt in its metal claws.
It has metal claws?
Yes.
Oh no.
All right, we're going to do a just straight pure damage to this thing. Okay. Next up, Alexander is doing what he does best. Kara.
Oh, fun. Lightning bolt.
Oh, shit.
All right. Oh, this is fun. Okay, what's the DC?
13.
13. Okay. And it's Constitution, right?
Dexterity.
Dexterity.
I think shatter is constitution.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah, so Nibros passes.
8d6. 27 total.
27 fucking damage.
Mm-hmm.
Nibros takes half, so 13. All right. Excellent. So, end of your turn.
I'm obviously not going to get her to explain what a dragon claw is to me because she's so freaked out.
No, you are not. She should
Uh,
be more like right here.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, nope.
Cool. Yovin, you're standing at the bar.
Yep. I'm gonna rush to that door and try to break it open.
Sure. It's less of it's less of like a full door and more of one of those half swinging doors. So you hop over the bar, just easily push that open. The stream of people is slowing down out the back door, and there is a trap. There's a doorway far to the left, about 25 feet away.
I'll use my action to run there, and as I'm running there, I'm just going to bonus action use my shifter feature.
Sure.
As I just he starts just getting the teeth in his mouth just start elongating a little more and getting sharper. It gets more like wolf-like features.
Sure. Excellent. So yeah, so you do manage to make it about halfway down the stairs. Excellent. End of your turn?
Yes.
All right, Zon, the last of the people have managed to make their way through the door.
All right, I'm dashing in through the back door and finding a way downstairs.
Cool. So you see the same doorway. You see that our friend Yovin is standing about halfway down the stairs.
I'm rushing as far as I can past him, if at all.
Cool. So with your movement, you get right down to about here with that dash.
All right, then. Bonus action, anything I can do? Hold on. I wouldn't be able to see anything anyways, so no. I'm just gonna... That's my turn.
Cool. Oof. Damikos, top of the round. Zon has
Alright.
just disappeared through the doorway.
I move to follow.
Also dashing?
Yes.
Cool. So dashing is going to get you same place as Zon.
Cool.
All right.
And then I'm going to no, Zon is rushing. Try and get to Kara, so I am going to quicken. And 2 sorcery points.
Mm-hmm.
This will be for next turn, but I'm going to haste him.
Zon?
Yes.
Cool. Zon, you are now hasted. I'm going to go ahead and add that on there.
So I'm concentrating on that.
Let's go double lightning bolt for hasted. All right. End of your turn?
Yep.
So, Kara, you see Nibros has his arrow pointed at you, kind of hesitates, look over to the left, then just fires 2 shots at you. So so you managed to duck under one, but the second one he fires, it's almost as if he anticipated you ducking and you duck right into it and it crits on you. I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh no. 16.
15?
16.
16. Oh, you're good. You do feel for a second that it almost seems to shorten out your magic, but then you get it. That feeling fades away. All right,
Oh,
and
God. No.
Oof. So you take 18 points of piercing damage. I rolled crit damage on that as well.
It's fine. This is fine. I'm okay. I'm alive.
All right, so the dragon claw, as if it didn't even really notice the lightning bolt that just seared through it, scorching through its robes, which have revealed a squat metal chest and spider legs surrounding the base of its chest. It has a dull face with no mouth, but two blue eyes that are just gazing deep at you. I want you to make a quick insight check for me.
Oh no. 4.
4?
4.
They're just blue orbs. All right. So the rest of this gate falls, just melts in front of this thing. And it steps 5, 10, 15, 20. And it seems to be reaching out a claw for Jethora.
Oh.
All right. Alexander is going to do what he does best. Kara. Jethora is full weeping at this point.
I am... Shit, which one do I turn into, though? Okay.
You could always Thunderwave.
Nope. Nope. Car knows better. Take a deep breath, cast Polymorph, and turn into a Venom Troll.
Excellent. So, real quick, as you start to cast Polymorph, this thing's head snaps over to you, and it makes a quick slash with one of its claws.
Oh.
Yep. What's your AC again?
12.
12. So it just barely misses.
Fucking hell.
You manage to leap back, like duck out of the way as this claw seems to rend the air in front of you.
Great. I'm a
But
Venom
you're now
Troll
Venom
now.
Troll.
I don't think I can do anything else. I don't think he has bonus action. Nope.
You can't do anything else?
I don't think I can, except for move in between. No, I don't want to get her in the poison, though. Oh, God. Why did I pick this form?
All right.
I'm intelligent, not wise, you guys.
Okay. End of your turn. Joven, it is your turn. It's going to take you 5 feet to get down. So you have 25 feet left from where you are right now.
Am I in the room or still got a ways?
Yeah, you're 5 feet. Like, I assume you take the 5 feet down to get into the room.
Yep.
And where you see yourself on the map is where you are. 25 feet of movement left.
Okay. He just comes barreling in. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And when he looks down the hallway, does he see like...
Oh, he sees a shaven-headed drow with a bow reaching back for another arrow.
I'm gonna take my action to dash at this guy. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just in a dead sprint as much as possible as they just like let out the biggest bestial roar he can, dragging his axe like head first on the ground almost. Like
Excellent. Sending sparks up as he charges.
Yep.
All right. End of your turn.
Yes.
Zon.
All right.
You feel yourself vibrating up.
I'll go 15. And then 45. Get to there. I believe it's there, right? No. 2 more. There. And then bonus action, I'm gonna cast Hold Person.
Oh shit! On Nibros?
Yep.
That's a wisdom save, right?
Correct.
Oh, this boy, he doesn't have the best wisdom. But does a Heathen's 20 beat your save?
Of course it does.
All right. I'm allowed to
Fuck
brag
me.
about my boys. So you cast out Hold Person, and his movements seem to slow a bit, but you see him start to shift, arrow being pulled out of his quiver, and his body seems to be aiming more towards you now.
It's fine. I can't do anything else, so that's it.
All right. Damakos.
All right, so I'll move there. I'm going to go ahead and cast 2 spells. I have an option of doing at this range.
Okay.
Actually, there's 3. Go ahead and do Scorching Ray.
Love it.
I need to make a ranged attack for each ray. First one. 17.
That hits.
Second one's an 11.
Actually, what level is Scorching Ray?
Second.
Okay. Second one misses.
And last one is a 24.
Yeah, that's definitely going to hit.
Okay, so that's going to be 2 hits. So that's 4d6 fire damage total.
Damn.
And yeah. We'll leave that damage there. That'll be what I do. Yep.
Okay. End of your turn?
Yep.
Cool. So Nibros is going to look at everyone coming after him. He's going to look, clock the Dragon Claw. Look at it for a bit. Then, Kar, you can almost see his eyes, like, he definitely makes a decision at this point. And he pulls out an arrow and he's going to fire at Zahn. And he's going to crit. Zahn, I need you to make a charisma saving throw. Wait. Yes. Actually, no. Never mind. No need. So, this thing loves rolling fucking doubles. You take 14 points of piercing damage as an arrow sinks into your chest. And then he's going to fire another one over at Kara. Kara, you have to have concentration on this, right?
I think so, yes.
Cool.
Yep.
Oof. So he fires off this arrow, and it just breaks against your skin. And he is going to move back to here. All right. Next up is the Dragon Claw. So this thing reaches back out for Jethora, and its hand starts to glow blue. You can see energy starting to fizzle off of its fingertips. And it grabs her around the wrist, and they disappear. So Alexander's turn. And he does what he does best. Kara, what do you do?
Ah! I probably didn't see him turn back to fire at someone else, did I? So I was too focused on the fucking creepy thing.
Yeah, you didn't.
Creepy.
You felt the arrow shatter against the Venom Troll's shoulder, but didn't see him move. But you definitely did see this thing grab Jethora and just fucking disappear. After a second, the chains that were holding Jethora just kind of clatter against the floor.
That didn't look like a spell, did it?
It actually make an Arcana. Would you have something that would activate if it was a spell?
I have counterspell.
Oh shit! Yeah, go ahead, do your counterspell.
Okay. Wait, where's my counterspell? Wait, can I do that in polymorph? I would have to drop it, huh?
Counterspell doesn't take concentration.
Oh, neat. Do I have to roll for it?
Yes, you do.
Would it be my spell attack bonus then?
It would be, right?
No, it's whatever spell casting bonus you have normally without the proficiency.
Spell casting ability modifier.
Yeah, ability modifier.
So your charisma modifier.
Cool. Cool. That's not going to go well.
Wait, aren't you a wizard?
Shh, don't worry about it. Yep. 16.
So, you see its hands start to glow. And Jethora and the Dragon Claw do not disappear. But as it grabs her, the blue is gone. It looks confused. All right.
That was my reaction.
Now it's your turn.
Neat. Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah, you use your that was on its turn.
Ah, my bad.
So now it's your turn. No worries.
I'm gonna growl it. Don't touch her. And I'm gonna see if I can grab this thing and toss it out the cell door.
Make a grapple check.
Cool. The Venom Troll has better strength than I do, which is not surprising, but you know. It's just strength, right? I don't think I have athletics on him.
It would be athletics. It would be an athletics check. If you don't see athletics on the Venom Troll, then it's not proficient in athletics.
Neat. So that's just +4.
Just +4.
17.
Yeah, you do manage to grapple this dragon claw,
I don't like its spidery legs.
which are moving furiously as you are holding it.
Good. Oh, can I move still? Can I drag this thing with
You
me?
have your movement. It would. You have successfully grappled it. I would allow you to move it this turn.
Neat. Where the fuck? That's half speed, right?
Yes.
Oh, nope. Alright, I'm dragging this bitch out with me.
Cool.
That's all I can do.
All right, excellent. Joven, you see Kara, well, you see a fucking Venom Troll, actually, backing out of this cell, holding something. Can't quite see what it is. Venom Troll is far too big. And you also see that archer just fired a shot off into Zahn's chest.
Yeah, he's gonna look at the arrow that flew by and do a dead sprint towards the archer, probably.
Sure, yeah, you can make it up to him if you dash.
Yep. I'm going to. He just runs dead sprint, and then, like, coming right in front of him, he's going to, like. Yeah, he's just going to open his wolf-like jaws now and just sink in to try and do a grapple check.
Fuck, you can do that as a bonus action. All right, that ruins my plans. Okay, yep, go ahead and make that grapple check. Actually. Yeah, no, I'm not even going to try. Yeah, you sink your teeth into him, and he is grappled.
That's all of my actions.
Perfect. All right, Zahn, it is your turn. You see the familiar Venom Troll backing out of a cell that it barely fits into.
Would I be able to infer that is most likely Kara who transformed into it, or would I just assume that a Venom Troll would be in this fucking basement for some
No,
reason?
you could easily assume that this is Kara.
Cool. All right. Well, since I'm fucking hasted, I'm gonna.
He didn't realize that you weren't the one that caused it.
Yeah, I could go to either or. I guess I'm gonna go to this guy first since I'm closer to him.
He is grappled.
Yeah. Does that give me advantage? I don't forget.
Yeah, it does. He does have a massive person biting into his shoulder. He's a bit distracted.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna hit him then.
Actually, 1 second. Let me. So you swing, and he just swings up his bow, knocks your blade like just barely to the side.
Swing again.
Yeah, you hit.
All right, I gotta reroll that one. Of course. So 11 slashing damage. And then since I'm hasted, I have one more attack.
Right. Yeah, you hit.
All right.
And another 11.
Yeah, so 22 total. And And then bonus action. Is Jethora like cowering in the corner right now?
You can't really see much beyond the Venom Troll blocking the cell door.
Okay. Then bonus action, I'm going to ready a branding smite.
Excellent. All right. End of your turn?
Yep.
Excellent. Next up, top of the round, Damikos. Can't hear you, bro.
I'm gonna move up to about there.
Okay.
I'm gonna see what happens when I cast Ray of Frost at the archer guy.
Ray of Frost.
It's a cantrip.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
All right, it is a ranged spell attack.
Mhm.
His being grappled doesn't do anything with that.
It does not. In fact, no, I won't give him cover.
Well, that's a crit fail, anyways.
Okay, go ahead and roll another attack roll for me, please, using that.
Like with modifier, or just a d20?
No, with modifier, like you're attacking.
13.
Okay, 13. Let's see. Joven, does a 13 beat your AC?
No.
All right. Ray of Frost
Boom.
hits the ground, causing a mild icy patch that disappears almost immediately.
Cool. I'm not happy about that. So I'm going to spend 2 more sorceries. Yes, I am.
To
Doing magic missile.
at what level?
At second level.
All right.
That's going to be 3d4. 44. Yep,
That's
44.
what say. Yeah, 44.
Plus 4. I'm going to.
15.
Yep, 15.
Excellent. Just 4 concussive blasts hit him, and he shakes in your jaws, Joven. He's not looking so good.
It's my turn.
All right. He is going to drop his bow. And he's going to pull out a small box. And I will give both Joven and Zahn an opportunity attack. Or you can try and snatch the box out of his hands, whichever you'd prefer.
Joven's not in the right state of mind to try and snatch it.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna try and snatch it, but I'm gonna wait for him to go first.
Cool.
That was at advantage, and I don't think it was supposed to be. Unless
No,
I
he's. You're also. You have him grappled, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you hit 8 slashing damage. Cool. Still holding onto the box.
I'm gonna attempt to swipe it.
Cool. Make a sleight of hand check. So you do not manage to swipe this.
I've been rolled at advantage for an accident.
So he grips it in his hand and then lets it drop. All right, excellent. So next up is, I forgot to put him back in there, but it's going to be the Dragon Claw. So I need Kara and Zon to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Boy.
You have a +4 or +3.
Yeah. Oh,
She is within 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
so total of +4. Save?
One second. Yeah, dexterity saving throw.
Oh, God.
So
Great.
the bot explodes into a ball of flame. Kara, you take 23 points of fire damage. Zon, you take 12.
It's fine. I'm still in Venom Troll form.
Perfect.
But is
All
it
right.
gone?
You are now holding nothing but ash and scrap metal in your hands.
Cool.
And it's your turn.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't like. If I turn around, do I see the box that he dropped on the floor, or is Zon in the way?
You can see it in between Zon's feet. It's a small black box.
It doesn't look like the box that I have in my backpack, right?
No.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. I don't want to get closer to it, though.
It actually, like, for us in modern times, it looks really similar to a cell phone. Rather than a, yeah.
Okay.
Nice to show off that brand, though.
Sorry, I didn't realize that I had a hole. I just held it up. I don't think you want to see my phone screen. Fuck this. Can I even get over there? Yeah, I can. I still have a lot of health. It's fine. If I can move, I'm going to move over here.
Okay.
And take the Venom Troll's multi-attack, which is 1 bite and 2 claws.
Which one are you using to attack first?
Bite.
All right. Make your attack roll with advantage.
Just gonna roll this twice. Oops.
So, as your teeth come rushing down, he smiles. Long live the High King. And how do you want to do this?
I am just going to tear his throat out.
He shudders and dies, still being held up by Yovin's teeth in his shoulder, but he dies. And we are now out of initiative.
Is Gar, are you still in Venom Troll form?
Yeah, I am.
I'm really sorry about this.
God damn it. You will get both of you poisoned. Do you know that? I haven't had a chance to drop it yet.
I know. But he doesn't know that.
God damn it, Yovin. I swear to God.
I'm gonna shout to Zon to be wary of the wave of lethargy that's going to sweep over him in about 50 seconds.
Get away from me while you can before he attacks me.
Yep. So he just lets go of the body from his mouth, and then he's going to throw a hand out to like try to grapple the venom troll in front of him.
I thought you were gonna try and punch me.
That's not a good.
How?
I have to make a contesting one, don't I?
Yep, athletics check.
Well, I don't have athletics, so
So just a strength check.
strength.
So you reach out to grab the venom troll. The venom troll smacks your hands away, and Kara, do you want to drop the venom troll form?
I am, and I'm gonna yell at him. What the fuck?
Venom form drop.
I'm casting calm emotions.
That's
And you are immediately out of rage.
I am going back upstairs.
And then I'm going over the Jethora.
So, as Domikos, as you turn around, you hear like everything around you kind of shakes a little bit as the rest of the building collapses down.
Okay.
All right. So Jethora is curled up in a ball in the corner of the room.
Still bound or whatever.
Yeah, she's still chained up.
All right, I'm either breaking the chains or trying to take them off, whatever comes first.
Sure, make an athletics check or sleight of hand. Actually, do you have thieves kit?
No.
So of course you wouldn't. Too good for that. Go ahead and make an athletics check to try and break the chains.
These two are fine to have those kinds of tools, Morgan. He's a fancy boy.
I forgot this man was drinking tea while everyone else was hiding in a hay bale.
Yeah.
Yeah, you easily
Necessito.
managed to. These are not very well taken care of chains. You easily managed to break them.
Come with me. Come. Hurry.
She kind of moves after you a bit.
Heading out.
About that.
A lot of blood all
It's
over my
it's
mouth.
not like there was a trap door leading up to, like you could
Okay.
assumedly walk up the stairs and just be a flaming mess that you guys have to run through.
Well, I'm continuing up the stairs, and as I'm
Sure.
going, I'm casting control flames, like
Cool.
to extinguish.
The buildings around you are still on fire. There is like a small fire brigade trying to take out these fires, but quite frankly, there's far too few people. And this is too big of a blaze. This is
Boy.
like equivalent to the fire that burnt down half of London.
Okay. How close? I just want to. How close were all of the buildings? Because fire.
Pretty fucking close.
Okay.
Like they're
5 feet apart.
what? Not even that. A lot of buildings were built up against each other.
Gotcha.
Like a lot of like in America, you see buildings that are like evenly spaced apart. Not here.
London.
Yeah, think London. Everything is crowded close together. Alleyways are few and far between.
Once up, I'm just continuing to cast control flames.
Cool, clearing a path for everyone.
And once up, also to try and help.
Okay, cool. Domikos is doing fire control.
Yep. I've relegated myself to that.
I assume Jethro and Zon are walking up after Domikos.
Yeah.
Okay, what are the other guys doing?
I'm smacking Yovan on the cheek and then following them.
Alexander is on your shoulder.
There you are.
What?
Huh?
What happened?
No time to talk. Let's go. Buddy.
Just gonna be like, look at her, then look down to the dead body. It's like,
You taste a
Oh.
lot of blood in your mouth.
yeah,
Blum.
good thing calm emotions is on, or I'd be panicking a lot more.
It's fine. You didn't kill him.
Can I see? Is there a black box still?
Yeah, there's the small, slim black box on the ground.
Joven will just absentmindedly pick it up and
Oh,
put
no.
it in his pocket.
Add a remote trigger into your inventory. And mark it as used.
Okay.
Oh, did he fucking collapse the building? I hope
He
not.
blew up the robot.
No, he
No,
definitely
he pulled
collapsed
it
the
out.
building.
After the robot blew up.
No, he dropped it on the ground, and then literally the next round, the robot blew up.
Yeah, so what he did was he squeezed it, then dropped it, and then the robot's turn was
Yeah.
next, and the robot blew up.
Ah, okay.
And if there's, you know what, I'm gonna loot the body just because, like,
Oh my god.
I don't see a
Sure.
reason to rush right now.
Throw an investigation check.
Damn it, that's a 2. Let's just call it what it is. It's a 2.
You find 4 iron coins with the similarity of the ones that were given Kara earlier. And you also find a silver bow. It's just on the ground.
I'll take the bow
Cool.
and start making my way with the others. Just occasionally spitting as I do.
Cool.
Taste out of my
So-
mouth.
Are you guys heading back to the Broken Buckler?
No.
Where are you guys headed?
No.
I'm pulling a cloak out of my bag and throwing it over Jethora.
Whoops.
Yep, she is clinging to you.
And then as soon as we're all back to fucking together, we need to leave the city now.
Do I see that everything's on fire while we're
Everything,
passing?
Yes.
everything is burning.
What happened?
I'm sure our friend will explain it once we leave the city, but we need to leave now and
I've
talk
also-
later.
I've also been like, say all except for maybe a couple spell slots, been converting spell slots to sorcery points and accelerating casting control flames.
Sure, it's still, I mean, it's still not doing much. You've started a fire in this city.
Yeah. but,
This
you
will be
know.
marked on the calendar of Kel for a very long period of time.
On the calendar.
Oh my god.
All right, you take 11 points of psychic damage. All right, so it is 12. My time. Do we want to continue or do we want to end it here?
It's up to you.
Let's keep going for about 30 more minutes, yeah?
Sure.
All right, fantastic. So you guys head out of town. It's pretty easy to do so. The guards have started joining the fire brigade, trying to put out this fire. So you guys just slip out unnoticed.
We're just
And you're,
walking towards Moroth, or at least that's where I would point us in the direction of.
excellent. So as you guys are walking down the road, what are you guys doing?
Blood off my face.
Just Joven's gonna be quiet for a long time until we're a good distance out of the city. And he's gonna look to Damokos and just ask, so why did you decide that burning a bunch of people was the best idea?
I didn't mean to. I panicked. Needed a distraction, and I just reacted, which in hindsight was not a good idea.
You guys can still see the smoke.
I don't remember much sometimes when I get into a fight. I remember being out in the streets, and then the next thing I came to, I was standing in front of, well, you, Miss. I don't know your name yet. But I remember that there were a lot of screaming going on beforehand. You panicked, but at the same time, I think you have a lot to answer for, to be honest.
I don't know what to say to any of you right now.
This is so much better than what I originally had planned, by the way.
I'm also glowing like a goddamn Christmas tree because of my runes.
Look, she was in danger. I'm just gonna leave her there.
Exactly why I had a plan to minimize casualty and harm, to go in quickly unnoticed, or to quickly kill those who were already in the baddest of intentions. But instead, we destroyed an entire city block, killed several civilians, and nearly got our companion killed because you couldn't wait 2 fucking seconds to make an actual decision. Coherent between the 4 of us. Not to mention, someone here has been lying to us about being a woodsman and just turns into a fucking wolf creature.
Look, I don't necessarily know what I am, but I am a woodsman and a
Lycanthropy.
mercenary.
I've understood the disease before. I'm very well versed in diseases. You have lycanthropy.
It is not.
And it is lycanthropy. You wouldn't be turning into a wolf if you wasn't lycanthropy.
I can turn into things all the time.
You have magical ability.
But my parents were raising me. They took me to the doctors to check that. It ain't that. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I am.
Don't you think it would have been
But it
nice
ain't
to
a
mention
werewolf.
that before we charged into a unknown place where people already hate you? That you could spur of the moment forget where you are and not remember anything because you turn into an animal-like creature and start attacking everything around you?
I never hurt anybody who...
You nearly hurt this one.
Did I?
Yes.
Fill up the car.
I'm fine. I can take more than one measly grapple.
Did you think it was going to be more than just one if I didn't do anything?
That ain't ever happened before. Usually it's... My mind gets into a haze as I go through it, but I've always been able to distinguish who it is I'm fighting, friend or foe. The same thing happened when we fought that skeleton creature, too. I didn't
be
take a
fair,
swing at any of you.
I was a giant venom troll when you got there.
What
Oh.
in all of the gods' names is a venom troll?
What you saw back there is a venom troll, and that is what killed our last companion, so I'd rather not have to do that again.
We're getting off topic. I think we all need to come to an understanding of when decisions should be made and action should be taken. I can't protect anyone I would like, when we're burning city streets, or diving into sewers, or going blank-minded at the whim without making any sort of acknowledgement to it.
I thought she might be in trouble, and
I understand that. And I understand your reasons too, Domikos, because you thought she was in trouble. And I understand your reasons too, Kark, because you thought Jethora was in trouble and you should probably do something. But maybe a little back and forth, like I shouldn't just jump down into the sewer in a hand form without mentioning anything to us, would probably be a good idea. Especially when we already had 2 plans possibly in the works. What's the point of all of this to keep Jethora safe if you're going to kill 15 innocent civilians in the line? You know why I'm here. Why I came to you. And I thought you were doing a good job of it. But I'm not so sure right now. I'm gonna walk off ahead with Jethora.
He and Jethro walk off ahead after scolding the naughty children. What does said naughty children do?
who was that guy down there with y'all? The dead one.
Noctiega. Someone from Jethro's homeland looking for Jethra because they think she's a murderer.
But she ain't, though, right?
You should have seen how afraid she was of whatever that thing was in the cell with her. I'm pretty sure she thought she was about to die.
Either way,
All
I'm
right.
pretty sure what happened has shifted the attention from those hitting her to more than likely myself, if not the group.
Are you rich like that guy up there?
Not all of us carry our entire allowances in their back pocket.
Then you probably have a lot of work ahead of you to pay back a lot of those families.
Well, you know, if Zahn ends up killing me, we can just use the platinum to pay them back. It's fine.
What is your name anyway? Because I'm getting tired of calling you the girl who doesn't have a name.
It's Kara. Although as soon as we get to Morath, that's going to change.
I understand. You know, I keep hoping that the people who got swept up in that fire might not have been good, but I don't know if that's actually true. And I ain't feel too good.
Good people die all the time, Joven.
just rubbing his hands together slightly. Just we just have to do better next time. Make a mistake, you try and do better next time around. That's just how it goes.
Should probably learn less loud spells.
So, up front with Zon, Jethora is going to shakily pull what looked like a thicker black box out from her clothes and hand it to you, Zon. On the top, there is a slot, about this big.
What's this?
You picked up the disc I dropped earlier, yes? When I was first taken?
Yes, I took it.
Use that later.
For what?
Just put it in and you'll see why I run.
All right. Should I keep this private?
It's yours now. Do what you will.
Sure.
So, as you guys do head off, it is getting darker. Not just from the smoke cloud behind you guys, but from just the sun beginning to set.
Keep walking like an hour into the dark and then find a place
Cool.
to rest.
I'll try and help get a place that's good for 5 people to lay low.
Sure. Make a Zon, make a perception check with advantage, or investigation check with advantage. Yeah, so you guys do manage to find a nice clearing off the path where it looks like it could be a nice secluded spot for 5 people to rest.
All right. I'm staying up, at least for
Okay.
first watch.
I would obviously stay with the group in the area, but I would be sitting at the edge, kind of away from them,
Cool.
just thinking. I'm also going to pull out that orb.
No.
Cool.
I'm going to study it.
Excellent.
To it.
Love it.
Perfect time.
Oh, God.
So they're staying up for first watch. And I assume everybody else is going to sleep?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So Jethora does curl up, not very far from Zon, but she does curl up and starts to go to sleep. The other two, I assume you pitch your tents, grab your sleeping bags, whatever you have with you.
A bedroll, I think.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And
Buy tents here, not since Barrett.
We bought
So-
the tent for Barrett, and that was it.
which one of you guys wants to go first?
Doesn't matter to me.
Cool. Call it in the air. Odds or evens?
Evens.
Damikos, as you're staring into this orb, you can almost see something moving beneath it. You can hear whispers on the very edge
Does
of
this
your hearing.
sound familiar to me?
Oh, yeah. No, this is absolutely the same as where you were, that you definitely didn't sign yourself off to a...
Of course not.
Yeah.
Because I
Of course
wouldn't do
not.
that.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Man who throws a fireball into a crowd of people definitely wouldn't sign himself off to subservience. Something's
Okay.
moving deep below.
Okay. I want to continue like focusing on it. Curious
Make-
on this orb.
Make an Arcana check with, but add your Charisma modifier.
So I'm proficient in Arcana.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
Damn. All right. Shit. So, what you're seeing move is not actually a creature, but shapes. And as you focus on these shapes, they start to make out to be the camp. And you can see everybody sleeping. And it's almost as though you're watching from above. And you become attuned to this item. You gain a void point. How many are you at right now?
3.
3? You're good. Don't worry about it. And you feel something under your skin where the fire had hit you move.
Like not like at the mark or mark.
No, where the mark is, you feel something move.
I mean, I look.
Looks fine.
Okay.
So you can use this orb as a spellcasting focus.
Mm-hmm.
And you now have access to the void speaker feat. So next time you can choose a feat, you may choose that one.
Okay.
You can this orb also aids in divination spells.
Okay. Which I have none. But okay.
All right. Zon. What you doing?
Once everybody is asleep and Damikos is not doing anything that I don't see, I'm gonna pull out the gear and put it in the box and see
Sure.
what happens.
So the gear starts to click and then slowly starts to wind in the box.
Okay. It's like opening up, or is it?
No,
Doing
the box is
anything?
just sitting there, but the gear is slowly moving in the top.
I don't know. Is it like one of those like snap picture things where the gears are like pictures or something?
So when you pick it up, and you do see that there are indeed spots for you to look through.
It's literally one of those pictogram
Yeah.
toy things. Alright, I'm just gonna pull it up and look through it, I guess.
So you look through and you see almost, it's like a black and white silent movie. It's shaking up and down. you could see the camera twists over to the right, and there's a woman, older female drow running. Twists over to the left, there's an older drow male running. Then the caption at the bottom reads "bang," and the male drow grabs at his chest and falls forward. And you see a young hand being pulled forward by the female drow. You see "bang," and she collapses. And then you see 2 armored drow walking up towards the camera. Then it goes black. Then it opens up to another time many years later, where she is in a line of other drow. You see Dragonborn, of which you've only seen maybe 1, maybe 2. There's plenty of them in this line. You see Goliath. And you're seeing something similar to Dragonborn, but it's standing on 4 legs. They hold long metal tubes, and they're watching this line. Every so often, the line moves forward. Eventually, the camera shows what's going on. The person at the front of the line walks up to a Goliath with a clipboard. The Goliath looks the figure up and down, points to the right, to the left, or behind them. Eventually, you assume it's Jethora's turn. He looks her up and down, looks at his list, taps it, looks over as if someone is speaking to him. You can't see anyone there, but it's as if someone is speaking to him. He responds in the cap. Oh, what languages do you speak? And can read?
Common, Orc, and Infernal.
Cool. So the caption is a language that you cannot read.
Okay.
And he points behind him. Jethora starts to back away, and one of the 4-legged Dragonborn grabs her by the chains around her wrists and starts pulling her forward. She's led in front of a large building with a column that reaches up into the clouds. The chains are released from her arms, and she's pushed past the tent flap, where there is a large pillar with a slab in front of it. And the slab is dark. Like there are dark spots on it. The pillar itself is made out of many grinding gears and has one large blue orb about 15 feet off the ground with a darker spot in the middle, and it focuses on Jethora. The 2 Goliaths inside force her forwards, force her to bow in front of the pillar, and stretch her hands out onto the gears. As the gears start to move over her hands, it goes black. And the gear at the top of the box stops moving.
All right, then.
And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Cool.
Thank you guys so much for joining in for another week of FetchQuest. Go ahead, follow us on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. We want to change our URL, guys. Go ahead, follow us. And the closing remarks for anybody?
No.
We'll see you guys next week. Happy adventuring.